everybody. Hey, Mercedes. So good to see all of you. Welcome. Yay. Okay. So we're here at MTP Live. Hey. And I've got my logos up so you can see the three beautiful logos of Greenway Arts Alliance for our three different programs. I'm sure you're familiar with the bottom one right here, Melrose Trading Post. But we have two other programs I'm going to tell you a little bit about today before we get started. So I'm Natalie. I'm one of the managers at the Melrose Trading Post, and I work with Greenway Arts Alliance. Our mission at Greenway is to unite communities through art, education, and social enterprise. And so you can see here we have the three logos and the three parts of our mission. Art is the Greenway Court Theater, which is a 99-seat professional theater right next to Fairfax High School. Education is Greenway Institute for the Arts. It is our arts education program. It is how we connect with students at Fairfax High School and at other LAUSD schools. And then, of course, you know, the Melrose Trading Post right here. It's our weekly market that we have every Sunday at Fairfax High School. Of course, we are closed due to COVID-19, but we are bringing the people that you would see at the market here live on Instagram so that you can still be connected with them and still discover new local artists, musicians, and makers and collectors. And so we're here to share their stories with you and make sure that you're able to still support local businesses even though our market is closed. Yay! So we have a great lineup for you today. The first person we'll be connecting with is Matt. His company name is Paper 8, and he has a store, an actual brick and mortar shop that he has turned into a really incredibly visually pleasing art display, art installation. It's so cool, and it has the things that he creates, and he's going to be showing us some of his designs today. Then we also have Stephanie from the flower shop. She'll be coming up after. Stephanie and her mom Sandra will be joining us, and they'll be showing us a flower demonstration and tell us a little bit about their business and how they got started together as a family. And then we'll have Sabrina of LA Hip Threads, and she is an awesome vintage dealer, and she'll be joining us later. Then we'll also have Diana of South Bay Salts. And I know all these vendors are very popular at the market, so if you know them, give them a woohoo or a little shout out or a thumbs up or a heart. So Diana of South Bay Salts will be joining us. And then Anila of London Minori, she'll also be joining us, and she's a jewelry designer and also a mom. So the other thing we'll be having today is a very special performance from Dylan Chambers. He is a soul singer, songwriter, and guitarist. And he will be joining us in between Stephanie's session and Sabrina's session. So we've got a great lineup for you today, and I'm going to go ahead and get started and bring Matt on board. And of course, everyone, happy Mother's Day. Isn't that half of the reason why we're here? Happy Mother's Day. Make sure, you've said Happy Mother's Day to your mom or to any moms you know, and make sure you're celebrating them, even if it is from far away. We dropped off a little gift for my mom this morning. Hey, Matt, how you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you doing?
Very good. It's good to see you.
You, how are things?
You know what? They're pretty good.
Good.
Considering everything that's happening, we're at home and we get to spend time together, so we're trying to spin it in a positive way as best we can.
Good to hear.
Very cool.
Cool.
So can you tell us a little about yourself and your business?
Yeah, so my name is Matt. I am an illustrator. I do these pencil kind of illustrations, which are movie posters, and they reference cinema. So most of them are this is an image of one, so they're all pencil drawn. So this is all pencil, and then the text is all pencil. So they're my versions of movie posters, and then I have others which are more just reference kind of movies in some ways. So this is kind of the haircuts from Edward Scissorhands.
Nice.
So yeah, so it's kind of stuff like that. And then I do things that reference pop culture and Instagram and TV. And then I also, so my business and what I do with the Trading Post is I have a t-shirt printer and I print these onto t-shirts. So I have a t-shirt line and then I sell the prints and t-shirts and also gear.
Yeah,
That's
so excited for us to get a look around the store because I've seen pictures of it. It looks so cool.
Cool. Yeah, I can give you. Do I give you a tour? Like, how do you? What's the? You take charge.
Let's do that in a minute. Let's. I'd like to ask you a couple more questions before we get to the tour. So I'd like to know, how did you get started, and how did you take your art and turn it into a business?
So God, that's kind of could be a long story. So I'm originally from England. I did my master's degree out here at Otis College. And then after I graduated, I had to go home, and because I couldn't get my visa sorted. And in that time, I started doing this series of like the movie posters, which the originals are like up there. Can you see those, or is that out of frame?
It's a little out of frame.
So like, the original ones.
Nice.
So I started doing that series, and then when I got my visa, when I came back to the States on this artist visa, which was great, but it means that I wasn't able to like get a job. So I had to basically make money doing my own work, and I had been going to the Melrose Trading Post for like 3 years before that when I was going to school here, and I was living up in Koreatown at the time, and then I was like, oh, maybe I can like sell my stuff there. So that's kind of how I started kind of doing this, is like that's kind of how this all started, really. My first time at Melrose, I had a table and a fold-out table and a chair that I borrowed from a friend, and I didn't have a tent or a canopy or any covering, and I just had like a bunch of prints that weren't like in any kind of wrapping or any display, so it was really pathetic. But that was kind of my origins of my business, of how it kind of started, and then it kind of continued to grow through that. Does that answer the?
Yeah, it does. And then today you have this brick and mortar shop. So can you tell me where your shop is?
Does it what? Sorry.
Oh, where's your shop?
So the shop is on Virgil Avenue. So it's just off Melrose and Virgil in Silver Lake, Virgil Village. So it's right 2 doors down from Squirrel, if you're familiar with Squirrel, the kind of brunch restaurant place. So it's a good area. There's Babes and Legs, who also sell at the market, a vendor at the market there across the street, and then a shop Intentionally Blank, a shoe shop next door. So it's a kind of good like up and coming place, and it works great for me because it's I have like the storefront at the front, and then I have kind of my studio and print shop at the back. So before, when I first got the printer and I was just working out of my house, and it was hard to have like a like a work home life balance kind of thing. So it's my mental health is better, I think, for it.
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing from a lot of people is, that's really what pushes you to make the next step and get a different space, is it just takes over your house because you want to keep growing.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that was definitely part of it. And I think it's just when you're kind of self-employed, it's really hard or you have to be self-motivated, and then you have to, like, no one gives you these things. So you have to, like, I was doing the Trading Post and I was kind of, doing well there. And then I wasn't kind of happy with the t-shirts that I was getting printed or whatever. So it's like, oh, I can get my own. And then having that allow me to think of the next step, which was to get a shop, because then I can print on demand and have everything here. And just kind of taking jumps or, leaps of faith. But yeah, it's working out.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool. And so I want to ask you a little bit about what you love about the market and about the community of vendors at the market.
I mean, I think that's, like, to be honest, it's definitely, because I've been doing it for, I guess, 7 years now. So it's definitely like easy to take it for granted and to not enjoy getting up super early on Sunday mornings and like be sitting out in the sun all day. But not doing it does, yeah, make you kind of realize like the community and just the exposure that it gives. And, you know, like it's, I mean, that's the biggest thing, really, just kind of the exposure and the community and being around other artists and vendors and like friends. And yeah, like that's the good part about it. And, you know, it works for me. It kind of works so well with the shop because they're kind of close. They're super close to each other. So having the, like, I don't get that much foot traffic here, but having the 3,000 or 5,000 or whatever, like the people that come through the market gives me kind of foot traffic that then comes here, or gives me, yeah, just like awareness of my brand. So that sucks to not have that right now.
Yeah.
But
And so, like on that note, so can you tell me a little bit about how COVID-19 has impacted your business and how you do business?
yeah, I mean, it it means I get to line on Sundays, so you have to look at the positive things about it. Yeah, I mean, it sucks because yeah, I'm closed here and I don't get to do the kind of markets and fairs and events that I normally do. But then what it has allowed me to do has, it's allowed me to kind of have some more time to myself in order to like do more designs and more ideas. And part of like being around the trading post and having all these customers and feedback over the past few years, it's kind of influences the direction of like where I take my designs, but it also doesn't allow me the time to do them because I mean, I do have help here, which is great, but it's pretty much just me. So like having a forced kind of pause on the business has allowed me to work more towards doing like this TV line that I wanted to do on post-it notes, which I haven't had time to do. And then I've also just haven't wanted to launch like one thing. You know, I've had time to like do a series, which has been good. And then also just to, I mean, to stay connected, or I've been staying connected, doing kind of more like online sales and Instagram sales when I have on right now. So because I have kind of my shop stock and then I have my market stock. So all the market stock is now excess and kind of sitting there. So I'm trying to have like, you know, I put up like a number of those every kind of Sunday to kind of sell those and like stay connected that way. And then I've also been like bandanas was something. I had a bunch of bandanas from the end of last year, which was something I was looking into. But my designs don't really kind of fit. I haven't got around to like developing that idea, and they don't really kind of fit on a bandana to wear because you lose the kind of design. And then lots of people were using kind of bandanas as like makeshift masks. So I was kind of putting the bandanas, like making those up. I don't know if I have any anywhere, but yeah, so I've kind of been like tailoring things to fit the pandemic and like the situation that we're in, so it's available for people, but also it kind of sticks with like what I'm doing as well, you know, with my designs and my business. And once this is, you know, over, or how this develops and changes, like you can, yeah, they're still there, and it's not super specific to COVID-19, but it's like you can still have these bandanas, which it's a bandana, but for right now it kind of works as like something that as a health precaution that can help, you know. Yeah, and then I also have I've just been trying to set up on my website, like there's a page that you can go to where it's kind of a print your own design, so either as the bandana face mask or as a t-shirt. So again, that isn't something that I've really been offering that much, just because when I print for other people, it takes away from me kind of building my own business or like doing my work. So I'm kind of, now that I have more free time, it's like I can do kind of smaller print jobs for other people. Yeah. So that's
cool.
kind of the,
Yeah.
yeah.
Very cool, Matt. I like how, you know, you're still thinking about, you know, making something that people need right now in this moment, but also it's not like so specific that in a year you're gonna be like, why do I have all these things? You know,
Right.
I mean, hopefully that's the case, that we don't need necessarily like a mask or something within that time period, but you're making it timeless. So
Yeah.
I like how you're doing that. That's cool.
Thank you.
And I did see your email this morning about doing custom masks. So I thought that was a really interesting idea to
Yeah.
like you could put your own photo or your own design
Did you send
on
me
the
one?
mask. Wait, what was that?
Did you send me one?
I didn't send you one yet. I
Okay.
saw it right before we hopped on.
That's cool. Well, I can print one up just to, when I do the tour. I can show you how the printer works and like how that works. But
That's really cool. I think that, you know, a lot of the artists I've talked to are basically deciding to make space for the things that they haven't been able to do in a while. And so it's cool to see that and how it comes through in each person's business.
yeah, I mean, I think it's so like, I mean, yeah, it's such a messed up situation, but we can't change it. And we like, I've just been trying not to stress out too much about it because it's like, then I'll just mess myself up, you know? So it's like trying to do it day by day and not think about kind of too far in the future with like rents and how it all impacts us until we kind of, I don't know, see how it goes, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I think that we have some time to check out the shop
Yeah.
and do the tour.
Yeah. Let me, oh, can I turn this around or can you flip this or should I just turn it around?
Whatever
Oh,
you
yeah.
feel. You want to explain
Okay.
something with your face and then flip it around, whatever you want.
Okay, well, here we go. Well, this is, hey. So this is basically, let's start from here. These are my awesome theater seats, which this one's broke. So if you ever come, you can sit down here and rest while someone else shops. But it's kind of, I have lots of like props, which are kind of old TVs and Super 8 cameras. And then I have a lot of stuff up here as well, just obviously with the trading post being, like I can't bring all my designs here. And then there's things like these denim jackets that I have, which I don't bring just because they're too like valuable to get, to take with me. But then this is, I don't know. Yeah, this is it basically. It's my record player that I just play movie soundtracks and Bruce Springsteen. These are some kind of the newer designs which I've been doing. So that's a Almost Famous one. And then this one is from the Birds, which I really love. And then I have pillows here as well. I have some candles, which are from this, they're from Little Brooklyn Shop, which they're based in Brooklyn. But we did some kind of collaboration. So there's four different scents which match four of my designs. So there's like the Miranda Priestley one, which is kind of the floral one. There's an Elio, which is like a tangerine one, which goes with the Call Me By Your Name. So I have stuff like that. I also have some of Raphael creations, some of Lisa's stuff up here, which is great just because it fits so well with my stuff. So I have a couple of her lamps, and I have these candy relics, which are these. They're based in Portland, but they do these awesome ceramics. And my friend Savannah, who does show jewelry, and then Rambler Handcrafted. So I'm trying to kind of create like, having some other brands in here which kind of fit with my stuff, so it isn't just me. So that's something that I'm trying to do more in the future. And then this is like a part of the display, which is like VHS cases. And then these are optional kind of packaging for the shirts. So the shirt kind of comes in the VHS case. And these are only available at the shop, just because it's limited as to what I can take. But that's pretty much the front shop. I have this big Samuel L. Jackson, Pulp Fiction wallpaper. And then back here is more of like this is my really messy workspace just because I haven't really been here. But but I've been doing like these kind of post-it. Like I've used post-its in my work a lot just in general, but I did this kind of Instagram series, which were like, this is a business card, the kind of Rihanna one. So the, you know, the post-its kind of reference like Instagram and like the throwaway nature of celebrity culture or our culture now. And then I've been doing all these TV series, which is, I wanted to do something that was different from kind of my like standard like movie poster ones, just so there's kind of a difference. And with TV, it's like there's so much. Sorry, I'm kind of blabbing, but yeah, it's hard to, with a film. It's like you can pick a moment within like 90 minutes or 120 minutes of the movie to kind of represent that, like, you know, to represent the movie with a quote. Whereas with TV, it's really hard to pick something which sums up like an entire series, you know. So I was trying to do more, like for Schitt's Creek. I did all of. Do you watch Schitt's Creek?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, so I did. So these are all kind of Moira's wigs,
Great.
which, yeah, which are pretty cool.
Yeah, wow.
And then I have that as, so this is kind of how the T-shirt is.
Oh, nice. With all of them on there.
With all of them on there, and then this comes as a tote bag as well, where it's slightly fitted the other way. But yeah, so that's kind of what I've been doing. I have this Golden Girls one.
Nice.
And then I just did this Absolutely Fabulous one. So again, that's, yeah, I actually need to print one up now. So I'm just going to press print on that. But yeah, but that's, oh, and then I just started these Baywatch ones last night, which are obviously Pammy. And these are kind of in progress. But that's, yeah, that's, oh, and this is a little picture of my shop that I did.
That's really nice.
Yeah, but that's it. But this is my printer. So you basically, I mean, this is boring, but like everything's kind of loaded on here. So it's all saved the settings, and then yeah, you hit print, and it takes about 2 minutes to print, 3 minutes to print up, and then I have a heat press, which is here, which kind of sets the design in the shirt, so it's kind of all set and ready to go.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I love that you can do everything in-house now.
Yeah,
So awesome.
it's kind of cool. Like, because I did a bunch of prints, or like the tote bags for the Trading Post.
Yeah.
That was when I first got my printer, but I was doing those at home, so that was kind of before I had this space. So it was like just printing, having that in a tiny kind of 1-bedroom bungalow, and the heat press, which is the worst because the heat press gives off like 350 degrees. That's set at that amount the whole time, so it just gets really hot. And yeah, when I have AC here, which is really nice to kind of combat that.
Nice.
But yeah, let me see if I can show you this. And then, so this is kind of the...
Oh, cool. Printing out the Moira one, right?
This is the Absolutely Fabulous one. So it's kind of
cool.
the same, a similar kind of layout.
Nice.
And then you can start to see it through there. And then, let me see if I can find, and then these are a couple of like how the bandanas are. So they're just kind of like on the front, like that.
There we go. Oh, nice.
You can fold them, you can either wear it as like a bandana or as a hair bandana thing, or fold it over and have it as a face mask. And then I have like these are terrible examples because I've been sitting on them or something, but that's like the Moira one.
Oh, that's cool.
And then this here is a fresh print. So this is just, it took what, like 2 minutes if that?
Yeah.
So this is still wet. So this will smudge if you touch it. So then that goes to the heat press, and then that kind of sets it in the shirt.
That is awesome.
Yeah, thank you. And yeah. What else?
Well, I have a question.
Yes.
What is your favorite movie?
My favorite movie. I mean, it's tough, but there's so many different genres, I guess, where I guess I have favorites, but probably my favorite movie, if I had to say, would be Speed.
Okay.
Just because, and I haven't done a Speed one because I just find it too hard to like pick, like I don't know what I would do to represent my favorite film. So it's
Me
maybe it'll be
too.
like the last one that I ever do or something.
That's awesome. And what are you watching on TV right now?
On TV right now, I'm watching Dead to Me. Is it Dead to Me or Dead? The second series of
Hmm.
Dead, like it's the Christina Applegate and Linda.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's pretty good. I just can't remember it. Succession, um, which is really good. Have you seen that?
I haven't seen that one.
It's a good one. Unorthodox. Just lots of everything.
Nice.
Underworld trilogy, Resident Evil, easy stuff like that, which is terrible but easy to watch.
I don't know about all that.
Like perfect quarantine. Yeah.
Very cool. And do you see like your next project in the future, like the thing you're still thinking about in your head but you haven't put to paper yet?
Um, I I mean, I just have like such a long list of movies that I want to do. So like Boogie Nights, The Big Lebowski,
Mm.
a Seven one, just kind of dark. But yeah, I've been doing a lot of like these post-it style ones. So I want to switch it up and get back to doing some pencil of the movie ones. But I enjoy doing the post-it ones too, and they're fun to kind of play around with as well. Yeah, but that's kind of that's my life right now. I just draw and watch bad movies, and yeah, trying to get some internet sales.
Yes. Very cool. So, can you tell us your website and everywhere to follow you and to check out all your
Yes,
designs?
yeah. So my Instagram is paper_8, like
Hmm.
spelled out EIGHT, which I guess is on here.
Hmm.
And then everything's kind of linked on my website. So everything's linked on my Instagram, but my web address is paper, the number 8, apparel.com. And yeah, and I currently have a 20% off sale with code SPRINGCLEAN. But there's another code if you're watching this for 30% off. Not on top of the 20%, but just a 30%. So it's MTP for Moira's Trading Post. So if you pop that
Nice.
in, which is just valid through the rest of the day, so that gets you 30% off. I also have in my stories some clearance or some sample sales, which is basically the stuff I take to Melrose Trading Post, which is $28. And then I have a bunch, which is kind of all the ones that, like I was saying, when the heat press, the ink comes off and it's wet, so if it smudges sometimes, it can leave these little marks. So I kind of discount those. So they're $22 right now. Ones like that have tiny kind of smudges, like this one. So kind of at the top there, it's just like marks.
Ah.
So all these are listed on my stories for $22.
Oh,
Um,
cool.
and yeah, I think that's is that everything? All my digits?
Yes, it looks like we have a question asking what's your store's address?
Oh, thank you. Yes, and the store address is 716 North Virgil Avenue, and that's also linked in my Instagram and the profile as well.
Nice. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
and then I think I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be maybe opening. I'm here. I've been here most days, but I think next week I'm probably going to be here and like be kind of open for pickup between kind of 12 and 3 and see how that goes next week, and then take it from there.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that is the new thing now is that certain stores can open up for pickup only, right?
Yeah. So, and I mean, I think it's kind of a quiet neighborhood. Apart from lots of foot traffic, normally comes from the brunch spot Squirrel, so they're going to be closed still. So I don't think it's going to be like hop in down here, but I generally up here getting some stuff done. So yeah.
Very cool. Well,
Yeah.
Matt, it's been so great talking to you, catching up, and getting to see your
Sorry, I
store.
think
Yeah, so
Yeah, thank you. It's
thank
been good to
you.
see you.
Thank you for joining me today. And thank you for the 30% off code MTP for your website. That is so
Yeah,
cool.
of
Very cool. So
course.
yeah, thank you so much for joining me here on MTP Live, Matt. And I'll see you hopefully soon. But if
Oh,
not, we can always connect online.
yes, for sure. And I'll have to make it to the vendor Zoom thing because I missed the.
Yeah, they're so
Okay.
fun.
Awesome.
All right. Thank you so much, Matt. I'll see you later.
Hey, thank you, everyone.
Uh-oh, it kind of cut off a little bit. But yes, so Paper 8 is his company name. Remember that. And so his Instagram is pinned to the bottom. It's at paper_8 spelled out. And he's got his shop on Virgil by Melrose and his website, paper8.com. So go check it out with that offer code MTP for 30% off. It's only good today, so make sure you use it. And I'm going to go ahead and sign off of this video, start a new one in just a couple of minutes, and I'll be right back with Stephanie of the Flower Patch and her mom.